at this point, for the first time, I'm going to bring in promoter Eddie Hearn. Eddie, this is quite surreal. I didn't think I'd be at a top table asking you questions, but the world of boxing keeps moving, and here we are. You've got a few fighters on this show. Anthony, of course, who we'll come to later, but Dimitri Bivol, Jai Opetaia, big opportunity for them to maybe set up things for the future.
Yeah, firstly, Dev, thank you. It is surreal. I think it shows you the vision and the strength and the plans of His Excellency. Thank you very much for asking our fighters to be part of this incredible event. I think Frank touched on it earlier, collaboration. We all want the sport of boxing to grow. We have our rivalries, we're competitive, but we also want the best opportunities for our fighters. And we'll come on to AJ later, but for Dimitri Bivol, the number 175-pounder in the world, and Jai Opetaia, the best cruiserweight in the world, this was an opportunity to be part of something very special. I've never seen a card come together at speed like this, and thank you to, of course, His Excellency, but also to George Warren, to Spencer, and the teams at Queensbury and Matchroom that work very quickly to make these fights happen. And it just shows you when you want to make fights, when you have a vision, when it is in the best interest of the fighters, we can get it done. So I think it's refreshing to see the change, perhaps, in the way boxing works here today. And I think the event on December 23rd is the best event I've ever seen in the sport of boxing. So firstly, when you talk about Jai Opetaia, he came over recently in his, which unfortunately for Jordan Thompson has to be called a demolition job. I think it was a performance that grabbed the attention of the UK fans, the global fans. A shout out to Mick Francis, who has worked tirelessly in the career of Jai Opetaia to get him to where he is. This opportunity for him is life-changing. Ellis Zorro's a great young undefeated fighter, but we believe Jai Opetaia is the king of the cruiserweight division. And if you haven't seen him fight yet, tune in and be part of Riyadh's season on December 23rd, because this kid is very special.
Let's bring in Eddie Hearn here, Anthony Joshua's promoter. Eddie, you have been with Anthony every step of the way, and now the next fight is against a southpaw who's coming off a great win. How are you feeling about this one?
I think it's a very tough fight. I think it's a great fight. Hello to Dimitri, who, fighters should know, like Otto Wall, and Dimitri Salita has been trying to land this fight for years against Anthony Joshua. After every fight that AJ's had, Dimitri phones me. What about Otto Wallin? We saw him in a great fight with Tyson Fury. I think, and not a lot of people know even about his victory on the road against Gassiev in Russia just a few weeks ago. It was a massive win for him. We respect him. He's well schooled. He's 6'6". He's a good southpaw, but we see something different from AJ now. I think the plan at the start of this year was to box 3 times. When he was unified world heavyweight champion, the politics, the mandatories led to a lot of inactivity. He boxed in April, he boxed in August, and now he boxes in December. I think, and I'm definitely biased, but I believe that there's the best chapter to write yet in the story of Anthony Joshua. What he's given to this sport. He's sold out arenas at Wembley Stadium, Millennium Stadium, Madison Square Gardens, Riyadh before. This is his 3rd fight in Saudi Arabia. He's changed the complete face of boxing. And it's a pleasure to go back. And when we had the approach from His Excellency to bring Anthony Joshua to Saudi Arabia, it was a fight and a challenge that he wants to take. He wants to become world heavyweight champion again. I believe he can do it. And I think you're going to see a destructive performance from him. And I like what I see up here at the press conference. No games, no mucking around. Business on December 23rd, move forward. We know there's another great heavyweight there in Deontay Wilder. That's a massive fight to potentially bring to Saudi Arabia in 2024. Filip Hrgovic down there, the IBF #1. Otto Wallin is IBF #2. This lines up everything for Anthony Joshua, one of the biggest fights of his career. And as I said, the greatest chapter in the story of Anthony Joshua yet to write. And I can't wait to see him shine on December 23rd.
All right, well, let's bring in former 2-time unified world heavyweight champion Anthony Joshua. Anthony, you are an iconic night, a historic night. You're no stranger to these sorts of nights. Tell us your feelings heading into this one.
Why isn't Eddie asking me questions? You're my promoter.
Eddie, would you like to ask Anthony a question?
Thank you. AJ, a massive moment for you, 6 weeks out.
Yep.
People talking about, you've peaked, people talking about this might be...
People talking about I peaked have never even seen what a peak looks like in their whole career, so I don't know what they're talking about, number one. Secondly, I want to thank His Highness Turkey and the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia for putting a phenomenal card together. And I'm looking forward to delivering my message to Otto Wallin on December 23rd.
Obviously, this time around, short notice, 3 fights in 1 year. That was the plan when we set off for 2023.
Yeah.
You're going to deliver that, and it could lead to a huge 2024. But everybody talking about future fights, just purely focused on Otto Wallin, December 23rd.
Yeah. I can't predict the future, but I know where I want to go. I know what I want to do, and I'm sticking to that plan. I set out a plan at the start of this year, and I'm sticking to that. I'm a man of my word. I stand firm on what I believe, and I believe I'm going to be 3-time heavyweight champion of the world. And my first stop to that in getting in the rankings is putting on a demolishing job against Otto Wallin.
And finally, sorry, Dev, finally,
Crack on.
your 3rd fight in Saudi Arabia, back to Riyadh. I know every time you've been, it's been an incredible
Phenomenal
experience. Incredible Riyadh season. We saw a breathtaking production, an event with Fury against Ngannou.
Yeah.
Excited to get back to the kingdom.
100%. When my family heard we was going back to Saudi, my phone started ringing off. When can we get tickets? When can we book flights? They get treated real nice when they go there. I'm focused on my fight, of course, but my whole family, my community is going to be out there. There's going to be 100 of us strong, and it's going to be a really good time to be in Saudi Arabia. So if this is the first time you're hearing it, make sure you get booked up to head out to Saudi Arabia, December 23rd. It's going to be big, and I don't think we've ever seen a card like this before.
And just definitely, finally, when we sat down in that meeting with His Excellency, just on Monday night, the vision that we saw, the passion that we saw for boxing, something that we all share.
100%. So this isn't a one-stop shop. This is what I like about the vision, is that there's a map, a roadmap with checkpoints, and I can't wait to get to the final destination. So as I said, this is my first stop, and December 23rd, I'll deliver that message, and I'll be on my way again onto the next bigger and better opportunity in 2024. I'm fully focused on this fight. I'm determined to win, and I'm determined to get back to my peak, if that's what they want to call it.
Thank you, Anthony. Thank you, Eddie. I think all those questions I had written down here anyway, Eddie, so I think we're good. I think we covered it. But, Jarrell, I've just got one more for you, because you have a kind of hostility with a number of heavyweights. I've seen recent things with Deontay Wilder. Of course, you were scheduled at one point to fight Anthony Joshua. Do you have anything to say to anyone else up here?
Oh, they can all kiss my black ass, Deontay and AJ. I don't like none of them motherfuckers, you know what I'm trying to say? But one thing I can tell you is that after I finish with Dubois, I definitely want Manuel Chark, because he got that belt. Them dudes got losses, and there ain't nothing over there for them belts right now. But I tell you one thing, though, we all know for a fact that AJ don't want no smoke with Deontay.
Shut the fuck up.
And even though...
Start with me, you know.
Even though...
Miller, don't start with me.
Even though...
You know, I'll come over there and slap you, and I see you brought your mum here again.
Kick your ass last time.
I see you brought your mum here again because you need a rent paid.
Boy, shut up. You're not built like that. But like I was saying, we all know that AJ don't want no
clown.
smoke with Deontay. As much as I don't like Deontay, I know Deontay will put that motherfucker in the grave. So I'll make it easy for you. Either you can fight Deontay and go to the grave, or fight me and go to the hospital. Either way, you can get your ass whooped. So pick your poison. So let's stop all that talking. Take Eddie Hearn out your ass and pick somebody that really can fight. Either me or Deontay, one of us Americans whoop your ass. So stop running over your English muffin.
You are not doing nothing.
Listen, bro. You softer than baby.
You are not doing nothing to me. Watch your mouth.
You let my little cousin
Miller,
Eddie Reese
watch
beat
your
you.
mouth.
You softer than
Watch
baby
your mouth.
shit.
I'll come over
Stop
there and
running
I'll slap
from me.
it for you.
Stop running
Watch
from
your mouth.
Deontay. Man the fuck up and fight somebody with a heartbeat, bro. Shut up.